Hello and welcome, YouTube. This is Adventures in Motorsports. I'm Robert, and today we go autocrossing. Welcome back, everybody. So it's about 7:15. We're heading down to Brevard County to Valcara Airport. The Central Florida SCCA region is putting on an autocross, also known as Solo 2. And we're going to head that way and throw the car through some cones and see how she does. It's raining. Good thing I brought my rain jacket, but I was afraid it might be a little wet today. All right, this is my first time being here, so I'm trying to figure out where to go. I believe, according to the map, I see people. All right, very cool. Well, this is a new one. Having to get to the grid by via dirt road. That's kind of fun. Didn't know we were rally crossing today. Okay, so we're gonna head over to the tent, or actually the trailer, get signed in, make sure they know we're here, and then we'll get to swapping out some tires. And since we're at an airport, of course, there's these little things flying behind me. I forget what they're called, the parachute things. Tires are swapped. That was fun. All checked in. We've got a few more minutes. They're still setting the course up, so we gotta wait for that. It is sprinkling a little bit, so there is some of that to deal with. And then we're just waiting for the course to open so we can then go walk it and go from there. If you haven't heard of autocross or don't know what it is a cone course set up on a flat paved surface. So it could be a skid pad, it could be a parking lot, or as in this case, an airport. It's a small airport here in Brevard County, and it's a pretty narrow strip too, so it'll be interesting to see what it looks like when we walk it. But we'll walk it together and go from there. Looks like we're running first, so I gotta gear up, get everything ready to go, get data going, and go grid up. Let's go. Well, that was fun. Screwed that up. That's all right. We're scrubbing off some of the old rubber from the track, so from the track day. So, all right, we'll try it for another one. Here we go. Okay, so we got a clean run on that one. I was 51 and change. I have to look at the live score and see what we're doing. I don't know where I stand right now, but yeah, that was a clean run this time. I didn't have any fun or excitement on that one. Well, extra fun or excitement. It's always fun and exciting, so. But yeah, so that was a good run. We'll see how many we get. We're either getting 4 or 5 runs today. I'm not exactly sure, so stay tuned. that sucked. I was off course all over the place. I missed a bunch of cones, and yeah, that was a bad run. Maybe I got one more. They're giving us 4 runs today, which is good. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Kind of a bummer. We'll see. Still disappointed in my performance on run 3. I probably shouldn't beat myself up over it. It's just for fun, but I do want to do good, and I do try to do what I can. It's just disappointing when you only get so much time, to be able to get out there and do things. But that's part of it. It's learning how to control the car better. I had to think about it for a minute. I haven't been on an autocross course in probably a month and a half, 2 months. So that got to remind myself of that. It's been a while since I've run the run an autocross. Doing the track day is a completely different style of driving when we were out at Palm Beach International. So it's getting used to, again, what autocross is about and how frenetic the pacing can be. That's definitely one of the things I think that I find alluring to it, is it's not just these slow sweeping turns. You're really just trying to push the car through. And the pacing, like I said, is frenetic. It's the only way I can describe it. It's just you're having to do something constantly. You don't have time to think about anything but just go. So much of it can be instinctual. So that's a recap on my 3rd run. I got one more run. I'd like to see a good improvement, but the spin, I think, from my first run kind of it freaked me out a little. So I'm having to, I'm scared to really, really push it because it did just whip on around. But the track's a little drier right now. It's not drizzling nearly as much as it was on my first run. So hopefully I get a little more traction out there. We'll have to push it and see what we get. This time, try not to go off course. Try to pay attention to where the cones are. I think I had too much time in between the 2nd and 3rd run. I just kind of forgot what the course looked like. So there's that. We'll come back with a report on the 4th run. We'll see how well I do. After action report. All right after I just had that 4th run, and it was much better. Kept the car on course as far as I know. Didn't hit any cones, and 48 and change. So I'm very happy with that time. I'm glad I was able to get a competitive, semi-competitive run. Unfortunately, Elvira's kind of under-spec'd, or I should say underclassed for STX. The real reason why it's an STX is because the wheels I bought are a 1/2 inch wider than is allowed for stock class. So the unfortunate thing is Elvira's an STX. The fortunate thing is I get to do some stuff to it. So far it's just a rear sway bar, front and rear upper strut towers, and a rear motor mount. I've got a suspension coming in hopefully by the middle of summer, so in a couple months, and we'll see what that does. I'm really curious to see what a coilover setup will do for this car. I think it'll really help bring some of the times down. But that's it for now. We've got to do lunch. I'm gonna eat some lunch, and then we're gonna head out and do our coursework for the other heat. So here we are. All right, so it's windy. I'll try to block it as best I can. Heading out to my corner station. So the way autocross works is you work a heat and you run a heat. So I ran first, so I get to work next. So that's my next order of business. I get to be right next to the start line and go from there. Another note is we're not allowed to have phones on while we're working. I'm not working at the moment. The course isn't hot yet, so that's why I'm talking to you guys. So the next part is just sit there and start shagging cones for the rest of the heats. Well, that was not fun. I had the busiest 2 cones on the course. I was busy running the whole time. We're picking up cones now. It just started drizzling. It's been dry for about an hour or 2 now, but it's starting to drizzle up again. So I'm going to put my green gear on and go pick up cones, help out. And then I still have to swap tires, put the dailies on, and then get on back home. So let's go do this. Well, that was fun. Had a few moments of excitement there. First run I spun out on. I think that's the first time I've done that in this car. So that was interesting. Second run I got at least a clean run in. I was happy with that. And then my third run I just botched completely. I was really disappointed with my performance. I wasn't happy with the way I drove the car. I really felt kind of disconnected from the car this go around. That kind of bothered me. I think maybe doing the track day a few days earlier kind of threw me off my groove when I came to autocross and remembering how to drive in an autocross. It's a very different. The 2 styles of driving are very, very different, but different in a good way. The road courses are a little slower paced. You've got time to kind of set yourself up into corners and really try to see how fast you can take it. Whereas autocross, the pace is, like I said earlier, it's just really, really frenetic. You're just almost twitchy, as you're running through. If you watch me in the steering wheel movements, it's one way or the other way, and darting in and around, and it's just the way autocross is. It's the way it works. All in all, I think right now autocross will be my main outlet for motorsports. I really, really enjoy the pacing of it. It's really a lot of fun. It's not as much track time per se as a road course, but then again, it's a little cheaper to do, and I like the format. I really do. I think it really teaches you maneuverability and weight transfer of the vehicle. One of the things I'm starting to get to understand is in a front wheel drive car is using the brakes to get the car to rotate, and it's really a useful technique. I can really feel it in slaloms. Coming in just before I make my initial turn in for the first element of the slalom, you just kind of ease the brakes on a little bit, get that rear end a little light. That throws when you brake, that throws weight forward of the vehicle and lightens up the rear end, so the rear end will step out a little bit for you. She's got a rear sway bar, so I've got it stiffer than stock, so that rear end wants to come out a little bit sooner than it would in a stock car. So I'm able to use that to my advantage. And then all I need to do to go straight again is start easing on the throttle, add weight to the back to the rear end, and now all of a sudden the car straightens out and will go the direction your wheels are pointing, your front wheels are pointed. So that's a really fun technique. I started a couple autocrosses ago to kind of understand what was going on there, and every time I get out there, I'm starting to get more and more comfortable with trying to control the car and not do it by accident, but to be able to start doing it on purpose when I want to, and that's always key. With as fast-paced as autocross is, it's funny to start being able to slow certain things down in your mind when you're running through the course at speed. You can walk it 1,000 times. It looks, it helps you to kind of know what's coming up next, but ultimately it's, being at speed, it really does change things. And then, you're listening to the tires, you're feeling what the car's doing. You want to make sure you and the car are talking together. We felt a little disconnected today, I think. But, that'll come with practice and being, more time, more seat time. Was able to get a great run in on that last run. I got into the 40s. It was 48.9, I believe. that put me, I think, at 5th overall for my class, STX. I think there was a total of 7 drivers. The top car got, I want to say 36.0 and change, so he was flying through there. It was a Mini, and he got it on his last run. There was a RX-8 that was contending for, it was a 2-driver car, and those 2 drivers were swapping back and forth for the lead, and then the STX Mini was able to come in and clinch it in there at the end. Really flying through the course. A lot of fun cars out there today. There was an orange Lotus that was fun. You know, I'm a little partial to the orange cars. But yeah, good day overall. Even aside from the rain, it was clear for like 2 hours for the second heat, pretty dry, and then literally as we're stacking cones and getting stuff put away, it starts to drizzle on us again. So that's the way it always works, right? So yeah, good day. Hope to see you guys around for the next episode. And as always, keep it on the edge of traction.